I've got the pleasure to meet with Charlie McKee, and the question is, who is Charlie McKee? Good morning, everybody. John Kirk with TravelPulse Canada. How are you today? Thanks for joining us. I've got the pleasure to meet with Charlie McKee, and the question is, who is Charlie McKee? Charlie is the new head of commercial at Jetlines in Toronto. So, first of all, congratulations on your new role, because it's a big step. It's big news that came out. How are you enjoying things so far?
Well, John, thank you. Firstly, thank you for the opportunity to say welcome to the travel community, to all our viewers out there. And it's really great to see you again. Yeah. So Charlie McKee, who is he? Yeah. So Charlie McKee has been in the industry for quite some time, about 4 decades. Had the pleasure of working with a number of major airlines, starting way back when with Virgin Atlantic for many years, Air Canada, Chief Marketing Officer back in the 1990s. Also worked with Destination Canada, or its predecessor, the Canadian Tourism Commission, and have been the Chief Commercial Officer at Radisson Hotels in America, as well as the Chief Marketing Officer at Delta Hotels. So I've had the opportunity to work with big companies, small companies, worked very, very closely throughout with travel trade partners. So a number of things that kind of bring me here today.
And touching different parts of the travel and tourism space, the hospitality space. It's fantastic. And so Canada Jetlines has now been up and running for, I mean, it's almost like you've gone through the honeymoon phase, which may be a good way to do it. The startup phase, and the difficulties and all the hurdles that you have to go through that. Would that be safe to say that you think you're just coming out of that phase?
I think it's fair to say that like any company that starts as a startup, there are mountains to climb, and Jetlines has successfully climbed many, many mountains, and we're on to kind of a new plateau, and it's one which is about measured growth, really focusing on where Canadians want to travel, but doing it in such a way that it provides meaningful choice based on a superlative level of customer service. Yeah. So we have an operating model that we believe works. We've got a great team here, very experienced, and we've benefited from the support of the industry so far, and we will continue to work for their support and their trust day in, day out.
And what do you think? Without disclosing any new routes or anything like that, because I don't know, unless you want to, you can talk about that. But where do you think you're at now in terms of what's the next steps, do you think, going into?
Yeah. So again, very, very measured approach to growth. To be a sustainable, a long-term, meaningful player in the market, we are taking these measured steps. Last year was about going out and testing the market, trying different things. We've settled on really a network plan that is very much focused on leisure, primarily sun destinations. Again, ones which complement where others are flying and are proven destinations. So as we look forward to the winter schedule, which we're in the process right now of finalizing, and I will come back and speak specifically to those destinations in the coming weeks. But it will be, what we will see is we'll see more destinations in the Caribbean, and we'll see expansion of our U.S. flying. Currently, Jetlines has 2 airplanes, going up to 3 at the end of this month, and we will continue to successfully build that fleet in the coming months.
Is that another A320 you're going to bring in?
Another A320, that is correct. Yep, it's down in Miami today getting some final checks, and goes into paint and comes back with this beautiful livery.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll see it.
You can't miss that livery from the ground, by the way.
Absolutely not. No, in fact, actually, if you're ever looking up, you'll see the smiley face, and that's Jetlines.
Yeah. Dear old Frank, that's for sure. Now, the travel industry always been, very wary of any startups. I mean, we're fairly, I don't say cynical, but but it takes a lot to gain the trust of travel advisors and travel counselors, and Canada Jetlines has done a pretty thorough job over the last since startup, making sure the messaging is out there. How important has that support been, and what do you think you're going to look for moving forward?
Look, there's so many different types of airlines out there. They're the trade friendly, the trade not so friendly. We're definitely in a camp where we know the value of what the travel trade community, what the community brings. So we are a carrier that will continue to work for the business and work for the trust of the travel trade.
Yeah. Any news or anything happening on the vacation side of things?
We've got some announcements that are coming up. Again, very much a trade-focused approach to being in the holidays market. And again, it's going to be very interesting, very busy August ahead.
Nothing like making sure I have to come. I have to come back and do another interview. Charlie, thanks very much for taking the time. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much to everyone for the support in the months ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for tuning in, everybody. Hopefully we'll see you soon, and we really appreciate your continued support. Thanks very much.